Hi everybody, just out enjoying a little ride on the Spider solo this time. Wife is home drinking coffee, having a nice lazy morning, getting ready to go on our trip here tomorrow. We're going to head up into North Carolina mountains and on beyond, and to a place called Fontana, which is real near the Tail of the Dragon, which I'm sure you've seen videos on people riding. And for my wife's birthday coming up Friday, she wants to ride the Tail of the Dragon. She's already joined the Dragon Club. We're going to stay at a nice place up there a couple of nights and ride it several times, and I'll shoot plenty of video there, and I'll post it later when we get back. But we don't have a whole lot of internet up there, so I won't be able to do anything while I'm up there. But we'll just be a couple of days, probably by this coming weekend. This is what's the day? Today's Tuesday, so by the weekend we'll hopefully I'll be able to get some of it up on the little screen here for you. But one of the guys I've subbed was talking about his pet peeves, and you know, how easy it is to really get upset with you know, how other people drive and stuff like that. And I was commenting about it and thinking about it back in the days when I used to ride with my good buddy, and he will admit it. If he, you know, if I asked him, he would admit it. He said, yeah, he had a good bit of a temper back then, and if you eased over on him or pulled out in front of him, you know, he'd at least give you a piece of his mind, and you know, he might take your mirror off, you know. But I never carried it to that extreme. I've just, you know, I don't. What is that expression? You know, you say you're mad at somebody or hold a grudge or something like that. You're letting them live rent-free in your head, you know, because you're thinking about them instead of thinking about your life and the things that you might want to do. And that's just the way I've pretty much always been my whole life. I mean, I just don't hold a grudge, and people, you know how it is when you ride a bike. People pull over on you, people pull out, and my personal favorite is I'll be going along, and I usually run cruise. I don't do cruise on the bike that much, but I'm always running 5 over or so, and somebody will come up and be real impatient and pass me, get in front of me, and then they'll slow down. And invariably they've gotten on the phone, or they're eating something, or you know, putting on makeup or something, but they end up slowing down, and then I have to come up behind. And if I'm in the car and have to come off of cruise control, that's what irritates me. If you pass me and stay in front of me and I don't have to come out of cruise, we're good. I'm fine, because I'm just cruising. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing on the bike. If I've got to slow down too much on the bike, you know, heaven help you if I have to pass you, you know, again, because you're, you know, and I've had that happen. You know, same guy. I know you've done it. Somebody come flying by you, slow down, you pass them. 5 minutes later, or even less, they go zooming by you at 100 miles an hour, and you catch them again and end up passing them again. That's my personal pet peeve. But I don't get mad. I don't throw things. You know, don't shake my fist or flip them off or anything like that, because that's all on me. You know, it's I just don't let stuff like that bother me. And you know, I know that there'll be people that'll say, well, you should let them know that their behavior is not acceptable, that they put your life at risk. Well, I'm pretty sure when they heard the horn, or you know, saw me right up in the rear view mirror the next time they looked up, they knew that something happened. And again, I just can't get worked up about it. I'm just trying to enjoy my life and have a good time. I ride to enjoy. You know, I'm one of those kids. I don't know that I do it so much now, but I can honestly say for 50 years, every day I woke up, I got out of bed with a smile on my face. I just am one of those guys that I've always woke up in a good mood. And I don't know why. I mean, I don't really hardly drink at all. I don't do drugs anymore, haha. But you know, I just one of those guys. I'm just get up. I'm usually in a pretty good mood, and I'm sure I owe a lot of that to, you know, my excellent health, in terms of I've never really had a health problem that I didn't cause by myself. You know, cause myself, like a broken bone or something like that. But you know, I just don't want to be bummed out. I don't want to have a bad day. And I know there's so many people that one little thing, you know, one little thing, I'll call it a little thing. One little thing, somebody You know, like that car there, if they'd eased over, literally my buddy, and people I know, if he eased over and put a wheel on that yellow line there, they would, whoa! You know, they'd be shaking a fist and swerving violently off to the side thinking that they were going to get hit. And, you know, I'm just not that way. I've never been that way, and I'm not going to let it bother me. And it would bother these people all day long, maybe longer than a day. And, you know, I don't know. But I'm not saying anybody who gets really excited and upset about how people ride or, you know, things like that is anything wrong. I mean, that's just you. You know, you got to be you. I got to be me. And but it can have ramifications. And just one of the things I was going to mention was I got a real good friend. He and his wife both like to ride, and he more so than she. But she finally got a motorcycle, got her license. Wanted to, you know, they love to go out and ride, and not long ago he told me that they had actually sold their motorcycles because they were so afraid that some inattentive driver texting or, you know, something, talking on the phone, whatever, was gonna cross into their lane and kill them, because they like to ride on roads. They live out near me and they like to ride on these same roads, and they were just so scared. They had a couple of little instances where somebody had been looking down at their phone and it eased over in their lane a little bit, or, you know, run up on them fast or something like that, and they just were, you know, they're just a few years younger than me, and they just decided that it really wasn't worth it to them. And I can't get my mind around that. I can't imagine what wouldn't be worth riding a motorcycle. I mean, I've broken bones and gotten back on the motorcycle, and you know, and I've, in all likelihood, you know, I could die on this motorcycle or my other one, and I'd be okay with that. I mean, you know, going out doing what I love, you know, isn't that what everybody wants to do? So what's the old thing about I want to be shot to death by a jealous husband when I'm 80 years old climbing out of the bedroom window, you know, stuff like that. And you always see these things posted, you know, said, you know, I don't want to get to heaven in a perfectly preserved body. I want to come slide in sideways on fire going, man, that was great, you know. And whereas I'm not going to carry it to that extreme, but you know, gosh, I just want to get out and enjoy my life, and I'm just not going to let, you know, people like that ruin it for me. And that's the advice I give people. If you can do it, I know, you know, I know it's hard to do. It's some people just can't do it. Yeah, my buddy, his temper's a lot less than it was, and I'm proud of him. He's managed to calm down a little bit in his old age, but maybe it's just old age calming him down and not so much a mental change. I don't know. But some people get real upset. Some people like me, I mean, you know, no harm, no foul, you know, pretty much is the way I'm looking at it. So, all right, well, I guess this is my little non-rant rant, and see what you guys think. All righty, well, have a great day. We'll see you in the mountains. Bye bye.